King of Karachi, Chet Sandhu.
Yes, I'm pleased to be here.
What are you saying?
It's all good, yeah. It's all good being here. Excellent.
Do you know what?
Brit Asia with my bro here, Apache Indian.
Welcome, man. Welcome to the show.
Yes.
And our lovely lady here,
Haridika.
Hello. Yeah,
Yes.
so it's quite interesting, this is, isn't it? I mean,
So we're ready to roll on this one, yeah. Yeah, I think it'd be a good on this.
yeah, so where are you from then?
Newcastle.
Newcastle.
Newcastle area, Washington, but born in Hitchin, Hertfordshire.
Yeah, I'm familiar with the
Moved
little
up to Huddersfield when I was 4.
He was born and raised it.
Well, I was born and raised in
Hitchin.
Hitchin, then moved to Huddersfield. It's near Bradford, Halifax, all that area. That's where I went to school.
We'll catch up from that point in a second.
Yeah. Interesting.
But
Okay.
let me just kind of take it back.
Yes.
This podcast,
Okay.
we're not a normal podcast. This is everything laid bare. These are the issues that we want to kind of raise
Okay.
and talk about, which the community will always brush under the carpet.
Yeah.
So when I was given this platform and they said, get Chet Sandhu on, I was like, nah, he's not going to come.
Okay.
One phone call, I'm coming down. I was like, let's do this. Let's make it happen. Right? So
Yeah.
we're
yeah.
making it happen.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Yeah. Excellent. Excellent.
Chet, the reputation you have around you, we want to talk about that. So we have 4 people around this table. That's 4 different generations. That's 4 different outlooks. Tell me your story from where it started from. As in, I don't want to know about the King of Karachi yet.
Yeah.
I want to know what were the factors that led up to you becoming the King of Karachi. So your story from the very start. So you mentioned where you was born and raised.
Right. Born and raised in Hitchin.
Yeah.
Lived in Stevenage, Letchworth.
Yeah.
We just moved around, yeah. My mum and dad come into the country and had to stay with my uncle. He invited them over in the 60s. That's when the government were wanting Indian people to come over, giving them passports. We want workers here, blah, blah, blah. So they got over, but he had to work. But we were staying in my uncle's house. So he was taking my dad's wages and giving him a £5 a week to live on, and my mum, yeah. This is how it was back in the day, you know. There was about 12 of us in a 3-bed house.
Yeah.
It's how it went down, you know, because there was no other option, you know. We didn't have the money to buy a house, didn't have this, didn't have that, blah, blah, blah. So we were just, me and my sister, she's exactly a year younger than me, and we used to stay with illegal babysitters while my mum and dad used to go to work every day and do massive shifts. I'm just going to my uncle, but anyway, they saved, and then they bought our first house in Hitchin for £1,000. First house in Hitchin, £1,000.
Just on that, imagine a house now for that.
I think that's worth over $250,000 now. You know?
Exactly, but
That's worth over $250,000 now.
you look at house prices
but
now.
it's a shitty little house here, but it's in Hertfordshire. And it was only £1,000, but that was a lot of money back then.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we couldn't afford the mortgages, this and that, so we got a family that moved in with us. It was a black family, but it was just like the mother and the 2 kids. But there was loads of issues going down with them. I don't really want to go on about it here, but we had to take them to court to get them out of the house, this and that. And then once that happened, then we moved. And then when I was 4, we moved up to Huddersfield, West Yorkshire. That's where I went to school. I had a stutter all my life. I couldn't speak English because Punjabi was the only language spoken in our house. So until I was 4, I didn't even know English. So they just stuck me in school, in nursery, and I couldn't even speak English. So, and I had a stutter. I used to stutter as well, yeah. So if it's not making one thing bad, it's a stutter on top of not even knowing the fucking language in the first place.
You know the funny thing
Sorry
about
for
that is-
swearing, guys, yeah.
That's not just your generation. I was exactly the same. So I was taught to speak Punjabi before English. So when I went to school, it was Punjabi first and not
Punjabi
the language.
first.
Yeah.
I was the opposite to that.
Same.
I couldn't speak Punjabi at home. I mean, my parents spoke
Really?
Punjabi. I never picked it up because you're on the street, it's patois, you're on school, it's English, and you got all these things going on. And I'm thinking, okay.
What about now?
No, I learned Punjabi, and I actually started putting it into my songs. Apart from the third.
Because you had to do it for your songs.
No, I just
You
wanted
had
to because I'm Indian. I said, let
Well,
me,
yeah,
because I wanted
yeah,
to embrace the
yeah,
language. And sometimes people will tease you and
Yeah.
you're not good enough, you're not fluent
I
enough.
know you do get the piss
You know what I
taken
mean?
out of you, yeah.
And then I thought, and
Exactly,
this needs to
exactly
stop.
the
It
piss
needs to
out of
stop.
as well.
It needs to stop because a lot of people are discouraged just because people are taking the mickey.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're trying. It's a language, isn't it?
Do you know what? That's a big point. It's, and I've noticed that even online, like when people try to kind of say something and they're not kind of fluent at it, like for example, like these new personalities coming through, they're trying to speak Punjabi and connect. There's more people tearing them down.
It is,
They're
yeah.
And
lifting them up, yeah.
Yeah, they say like, okay, well done for trying. Like for me, it's like, you know what? You're trying to keep your mother tongue alive. Good on you.
Yeah.
Help him improve. Don't kind of say to a person, oh, you can't speak it. You know, don't stop speaking. You're an embarrassment. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
Would you rather one person speak it broken and eventually improve, or that person never speak it again and that's it?
Yes.
It dies.
I purposely, intentionally, on my first record, put it in the record, movie of Indian chocolate, or yada.
I know, I've been listening to
And
your
I
songs
couldn't
lately.
speak that way, but you know, in a language, if you sing it, it's easier to learn,
Yeah,
like A,
yeah,
B, C,
yeah,
D.
yeah.
But I mean, with these generations, that's why I say it's so important. But this is even harder for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
And what's your experience?
Well, no, that's the thing. So, like, I do learn it from, like, songs and movies because that's how you're going to pick it up. So, my parents speak to me in English at home, so I'm not
right.
really going to speak to them in Punjabi, am I?
Exactly.
Except for my
Punjabi
grandma.
नहीं होती
No, I do
Oh,
know a little
anybody-
bit. I do know a little bit.
No, but yeah, exactly. I mean, my parents got
Thora ja.
my parents got closer to me because they heard it in the record. Oh, Sunday in Punjabi one
Okay.
And but they never knew
Yeah,
that.
cool, man.
And then you can't take it away. And then it inspired other people to use it. You know what I mean? We don't have to be fluent, but at least give us a chance. You know what I mean? So everyone out there listening, man, give us a chance. But it's a massive difference.
We were forced though. Punjabi only won it on our part. Yeah.
And when you go to
Punjabi
school,
only.
when you go to school, you realise that the language of the country is English.
Oh,
so
yes.
you feel like a
And
foreign,
then, yeah,
like a foreign in your own
yeah,
country.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
And we're born here.
Was it a diverse community you was growing up in? or
Oh,
was
yes.
It, was it very...
Hertfordshire was okay. Our uncles and things were there, blah, blah, blah. Family members, you know, here in the south, yeah. Where we went, it was a different environment. Not many people. My uncle, he was there. My brother, 5 years older than me, he went straight from India. He was born in India. I went straight to my uncle's house because there was no space in Hitchin for him.
Oh, wow.
So it was like that, you know. One brother goes here, one sister goes there. You just get fucking shot all over the place.
Yeah.
Too much swearing, Bridget.
Right,
We
it's
have got
beep,
beep,
no,
culture, family channel. This is
I
Bridget.
know, I'm sorry, I apologize.
All
man.
good, man, all good.
Yeah, I
Man.
apologize.
So what was the teenagers years like? What about that growing up? After?
Teenage years, right. My school years were bad. My stutter was bad. I couldn't even say my own name. Good Chetan is my name, yeah?
Okay, wow.
Good Chetan, and so I just, so every morning in class you have to stand up in class and
Yeah.
say your name.
Wow.
And I had to go, so I was a laughing stock every morning. I was the joke of the class.
It knocks your confidence. And
Oh,
all
wow,
that,
it killed me off,
yeah,
man.
it
So I was
does,
put in
understand.
backward school for 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because they said he's like, he needs proper help. He's got learning disabilities. He's this, he's that. But this is 1972 we're talking about, so it's about right, you know,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
They don't really care about you then, do you? Especially if you're brown.
Listen,
And
they-
they don't really care. do
people
they?
have got to answer a lot of questions about those times.
Yes, I know they
Because
do,
when I
yeah.
was at school, we're the same age.
Yeah.
You were allowed to smack the kid. The teacher will walk past and give you a clap around the ear roll, and
We
the,
did, yeah.
and the teacher he'll whack you across the hand like that.
Yes.
And you know, and I was at all boys school. What I'm saying is now it's illegal.
It's illegal.
So it wasn't right then. So we weren't that clever enough to say, you know what, you shouldn't be touching. My father never hit me. He never shouted at me. But a 40-year-old teacher can come and whack you across the ear. So that's wrong. That's abuse. You can't. If he did it to you now, he'll be in prison.
I'm pressing charges.
What I'm saying is that we had to do it because it wasn't illegal.
Yeah.
So some things today are not
Yeah.
and the laws need to be changed because we have to. So if we didn't fight for those things, you'd still be getting smacked.
Definitely.
So this generation and our generation before that is so important to learn from it and then
Yeah.
see what you can change or stand up for and continue to build on.
Yeah.
It's very, I mean, like the teasing, like the knocking of the confidence. We've had to take those blows because
Yeah.
some of it you knew you had to take, didn't you?
Yeah.
Because you heard the stories from the parents,
Yeah.
but you know that you're not a punching bag. One day you're going to stand up and how do you show that?
It took time for that.
It takes time because you're sucking it in from your parents. You're
time.
looking at the country.
It took a lot of time.
Where do you belong even?
Yeah,
Where's
no,
home
yeah,
even?
yeah,
So
yeah.
you're totally against that. We're trying to make it easier for them, but I don't want people to get comfortable because there's always work to do for them as well, isn't it?
But they got it a lot easier, right, bro?
They got it easier, but
They're a
they're
lot
still
easier.
out there. There's still stuff
There's
out there.
still
There's
barriers
still
of
barriers,
backing us,
man,
and
and
this is
politically
still barriers,
correct and
yeah.
all this. You can't say this and you can't say that.
Yeah.
But
Back in the day, we could say that right?
Yeah, because
You
people
could
say,
say,
yeah.
for a black guy or a Pakistani guy, you could just say what you wanted. It was not an illegal offence.
And this is
to call somebody an N or a P or
Yeah.
this or that.
Let me just finish
It
that.
was not an offence.
Let me just finish that and question people. Yeah, today, even yourself maybe. Yeah, we don't even know how to say black people. I'm confident because I work with black people. I say, yeah, man, I work with black friends. I'm a guy in Jamaica, whatever. But they'll say, yeah, this Afro-Caribbean man came.
Yeah, it's true.
And a Jamaican.
They don't know what to say, do they?
Because you know what, everyone doesn't know how to.
They're scared to say black. Just say black.
Say black man.
Just say
Because
black man.
What I'm saying is,
I'm brown.
we almost need to teach our people
Yeah,
and,
black and brown.
and our uncles and cousins. It's all right to say it like this. Who's teaching us how to use the word? And I go further.
Yeah.
Remember in the day where your uncle would be there and he'll say something racist. Can you correct him, or ignore him? Which is respectful? Because it still goes on. He might say something about the collie, and she may hear it. Is she going to correct him? Is there respect to correct him or respect to leave it? So the time has changed to say, Uncle, it's wrong, man. You can't talk like that anymore because you know what? If my friends are here, that's offensive, and you're going to get in trouble for that. I'm saying we're not correcting ourselves, isn't it? Back in the day, we had to stand like that. Now you have to be politically correct, and you've got to be right. But you still got to fight the battle.
Yeah.
So we have to go through this. We have to make a new lane. I've had to make a new lane to make my thing work because we grew up the same.
Yeah.
But I avoided certain things.
Yes.
So I want people to avoid those things. That's what I want to come out of this conversation.
Okay.
There's this and there's this. How do you get through this without falling through these, pitfalls that are there in life?
I want to kind of know about your parents, right? You came to this country, first generation. How did they find it? Because, and this is something that we don't talk about enough, which is the struggles that our parents and grandparents went through. Because realistically, they weren't given a warm welcome. Like, I can ask my dad about my granddad, etc. They weren't, said, yes, come to England, but it wasn't, oh, welcome to England, you know what I mean? Build your future, everything's here for you. They struggled, right? Well, how did your parents what were barriers that they face? And how was it for you to kind of see that, like, seeing your parents get like...
Yeah, well, the barriers is what I've explained about, how they were getting £5 a week, pocket money.
No, so not as in like from the outside community, so not from this like your own...
Or from
so
the outside
as
community.
in like the public, the general public.
Right, the general public, it was quite bad, yeah. I remember a story my dad told me. He said it was the first time he went to a bar in Hitchin with his cousins. There was 3 of them. They went to this bar in Hitchin. It's really a local boozer, yeah. Back then, in the 70s, bars were like, it was the main place to go, wasn't it? You know? And so they went to the local boozer. They went, we've never been before. Let's go try it out. A pub, British pub, first time. They went. It was busy. Stood in the queue. Anyway, they got to the front and they weren't getting served, right? The barmaid was serving all the white guys, yeah? And they were looking around. My dad told me we were the only Asians there. It was all white. And then these other guys come up behind him and they said, just started a conversation like a mistake. And he says, I joined the National Front today. And the other one goes, yeah. And he went, well, I've got a knife in my pocket as well. But there's 3 stood in fucking front of me. Anyway, so my dad and his uncles, they got a bit skits and they left the bar. They didn't even get a drink. So that's their first experience of an English boozer. Yeah. They had to leave because they were scared.
And I bet you heard lots of stories like that.
Well, I've had loads of stories like that, yeah.
When you heard from your parents and your uncles. And how old was you then? A teenager?
Then that was Hitchin. I was 3.
3 and you're still hearing that kind of stuff. So
yeah, and it sticks in my head though. Because I know my mum told me that,
It does, yeah.
But like, why did they come back early? Yeah, because they just come back and I remember they're all the way shaken up. They went, we're not going to do that again.
But it's the thing.
So you can't even go out for a drink in England in the 70s because racism was bang in your face. It was like a romping monster. Anyway, back then, they had to put up with this. And I remember even when we moved to Huddersfield, we used to go to Saturdays to the town centre with my mum. It used to be me, my mum, and my brother. I was like 5, 6, my sister a year younger, my brother 5 years older, and my mum. And there were skinheads that used to walk about gangs, yeah, with the big red Doc Martin boots, the bleached jeans, the braces. And they used to walk past my mum and spit on my mum. I remember once he spat on her. I remember this. I was only 5. Yeah.
See, them
I wanted to kill him.
Yeah.
I wanted to kill him.
As in,
And those are the frustrations you grow up with, yeah?
Yeah.
That you can't do anything about
That's
it.
what I was gonna
This
say.
is what it is. So
Like, what
the
can you
frustration
do?
inside him that when his father was refused or his mum, what could he do as an individual, as a son?
0.
But you know what? It's still inside you, isn't it?
yeah.
I couldn't even speak English, bro.
Yeah, but that's like punching someone, and you can't do nothing. So the frustration that even I've been through, and I can't do anything, and because you may not have the unity or you don't know who to call. So the pain that in that generation from seeing for the parents.
Yeah.
Let me just just go rewind a little bit when you're talking about this country, and it was bad in this country. But I always question what's happened in Pakistan and India before they came. Why would you want to come here? Because the British did it to you. I'm just saying, you don't think it's going to be it wasn't going to be a bed of roses,
I
was
don't
it?
know, do I?
It wasn't a
But
welcoming.
since we've come here,
But
we've done
I'm just
all
saying the
right.
parents
We've
took
done all right, bro.
they took so much crap here,
Oh, so much shit.
and we're taking some of it.
I
and-
think if they told them
yeah,
what you are going to expect, they probably would have said, nah, leave it.
yeah. They told them there's going to be work.
Yeah,
there's
yeah,
going to
yeah.
be better roads.
You're
there's
gonna
be
pick
this.
up gold off
They
the
see
streets.
that, but given what happened in India and Pakistan, yeah, why would you want to come? Why would
I don't know.
you come into a?
You're coming to the one, yeah.
You come into the.
Yeah, you're coming
but
to
you
the
wanted
hate.
better.
Yeah, coming to
they
the
wanted
hate.
better for us.
Oven.
They wanted better for us. Yeah, they wanted better for us than.
But I don't know if you agree.
But let
We had to make our own shit.
Yeah,
We had to do our own
they've
stuff.
been spat out and called rat pack just because they wanted it better for us. Why didn't they leave? Because they still wanted it better for us. And then we've taken things they wanted better for you. Because I've got 3 kids, your age and older, and you know how much blows we've taken just for, and we've had to bite
Yeah,
our
so
teeth.
you
And,
guys could get an easy ride.
you know,
Yeah, you guys get an easy ride
it's not,
now, man.
it's not easy. It's not easy. Trust
Well,
me.
it's
They
a
have
lot
to-
easier than when I was.
It's,
Believe me, yeah.
it's easier.
Waking up was like, oh my god.
It's easier, but trust me, out there, the communities have become more diverse. There's more gangs, there's more guns, there's more drugs, there's more things going on, and you tell me it's easy.
But no, sorry, just
But you can avoid that.
You can avoid that. We could have avoided that.
You can avoid them
But look,
circles.
look out there now. There's more drugs than since before. We have to go here and there. It's out there. You know what kind of things are out there? Guns, drugs, knives. And now, back in the day, we used to have a fight in it. Now
Yeah,
they shoot
yeah, I
you.
know
Now
this
they shoot you. Now he's dead. So the 14-year-old got killed by a 15-year-old or 15. Back in there, that would
Over
be
what as well?
no.
Yeah.
It would have been a fight in it.
About 100 quid. It was about over 100 quid.
Exactly,
something, yeah.
exactly. And
Yeah.
people don't know it wasn't
And
4
somebody got
guys.
shot over 100 quid
It
or
was
something.
9 guys that versus the one.
Was it?
What I'm saying is everyone's a coward now. We weren't cowards.
No, no,
You know,
no.
we'd stand up. It's okay.
It never used to
then.
go down like that.
You know, we never used to go down, and now everyone's turned into a little punk, if you ask me. And they're hiding behind someone else. They're going
Yeah.
for the young people, and everyone's a target. You tell me it's easy for her. It's not easy, Dread.
The only time where gangs used to beat on one person was when the skinheads used to go bashing. Okay, this was like a regular thing.
Regular thing, yeah.
This was like, people think, no, he's lying. No, not lying. This is a regular thing. Skinheads will get together, let's go bashing. And there's about 10 to 12 to 15.
And then you literally arrange to meet in a park
Yeah, and
have
they
it out.
arrange, and then they just walk the streets, and they see any Asian, they get kicked the fuck. Sorry for my swearing, I've got to sort this
We'll
shit.
bleep it all out, man. We'll bleep it all out.
It's
You
bleep
need,
it, but
you need
it's
to come
me,
to
yeah,
my
I
school,
can't
man.
change
AIM
it.
Academy, man. No swearing, man. I got it.
but let me
I know, but this is what happened, but it's legal. The police would go past these people, and it's okay, it's fine.
Yeah, so that's where we
Alright,
get
guys.
into. That's where we
Kind
get.
of.
That's where we get into racism. You know, back in the day when
Alright,
the police,
guys, yeah.
back in the day when the police used to stop us, they used to swear at you straight away.
Oh, yeah,
You come
straight
here.
away.
And I was thinking, why are you swearing at me, officer? You straight away. There's racism. Now that the same police, but they can't say it no more.
No.
So you know it's there. That institutional racism is here.
Yeah.
And how do you get it out of here? It comes out of here, yeah. But they've stopped this, but it's here, isn't it? Their thinking is the same, innit?
But
how,
this
how
is
do we
a
get that
conversation
changed?
that we just had before we started rolling. Do you think, like lately, and I'm not saying lately, like last week, the last few years, you've noticed an increase of racist attitudes creeping up again? Like before, you said yes, it became suppressed, things changed, but now when you have like your leaders kind of say, like your leaders in a country, for example, making references to the Islamic faith in a way which is totally unacceptable. You have Trump, for example, who's openly kind of coming out of these things. All these things are now starting to come up to the surface again and again and again. And we're not kind of going forward now. We're kind of going back. Do you not think?
Back,
Like, there's more videos now out there which is insulting people's faiths, religions, attitudes. There's one video about Priti Patel. Regardless of what you think about her, this guy made a video saying, "Who is she to tell me what to do? She's this, she's that. You know what I mean? I'm greater than her." And it's like, if these videos are going out and these people think this type of behavior is acceptable, we're not moving forward at all, are we? And then just to add on that point, do you think, like now, for example, when people come from India now to the UK to make a better life, our own people are pulling them down and mocking them. They're going for the same things that our parents and grandparents went through to kind of adjust to a new country, new behaviors, new tolerances, attitudes. But we, as in, I'm not saying anything about your generation, but our generation, they'll see things, they'll film it and mock them. Look at these freshies behaving like this. Look at this. Like, do you think that's something that needs to change in our own communities before we can expect change externally?
100%, yeah. I think like with the rise of social media, you could see it's happened more. Maybe it might be hidden before, but now everything's actually being documented. So now it's come to the surface. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, like there was a video, I don't know if you guys saw it, was these guys were dancing in Southall Broadway and they were having a good time. And all these meme pages filmed it, put it on there and mocked them. Look at these guys dancing. Look at these guys behaving like this. You know what I mean? But it's like your parents couldn't do that, or your grandparents couldn't go on the street and enjoy and express their culture. Yeah. Now we have that kind of support where we can openly express your culture and dance. Yeah. We're shooting them down, saying, "Don't." I know,
but these people that shoot people down,
yeah.
These people, they are dog shit, right? They have nothing better to do in their lives than to put somebody down who they don't even know. Yeah, we all get comments. Yeah, we all get comments. I get comments on my podcast. Some are good, some are bad. Some call me curry muncher, packy this, packy that, this and that. It's just like insults, yeah? But why? Because you don't know me. Why? Because I'm doing something that you're not doing because you're sat on your ass and you're on benefits and you're skint. You ain't got a pot of piss in. I ain't like you, baby, yeah? So, but you want to be like me. You want to be like me. You want to be the fucking tough guy. Yeah, but you ain't. You ain't. You know what you are. You know your place in life. And it's down there. You are there. But this small person, yeah, if it's good on the internet, can have a lot of effect. Back in the day, it was not possible. You have to go to a man's face like we are now.
That's right, yeah.
If you have a if you got anything to say, we can't message it. We never use a phone.
There wasn't even a phone.
We just use a go around. Right, okay, meet me in the park.
Yeah.
Meet me in the front apartment.
Or you could speak to someone's brother or uncle, or you could squash
You
it.
can try, but if you want to go for it, you go for it.
But everyone's now hiding behind it all.
Behind the computer screen.
So not only you become
Fake
a bully,
profiles.
you become a bully,
Worse.
you've got the internet,
Yes.
and so he's getting frustrated because I'm like this, and you can't come out in the street. So it's all gone wrong. And going back to your point, you're absolutely wrong. You're right. We need to start with our own culture. We don't want ourselves to win. We always knock ourselves down. So how is anyone else going to take us seriously? We are the freshies with this. When I started, people would say, "No, he's trying to be black. He's trying to this." Asian people was my hardest fight. I tell you what.
I can't imagine. Yeah.
I went around the world.
Imagine,
I've been around the world 8 times in 30
imagine.
years. Yeah, and it's all been Asian.
I can't imagine.
If I've got a problem, it's going to be from an Asian person.
Yes.
It's never going to be from anyone. And then I thought to myself, if it wasn't for the black and mainstream support for my music, I wouldn't be here at Apache India. Because the Asian people never want you to win. They only want you to win when you've won somewhere else already. They say, "Look, he's one of ours, isn't he? Look, he's done. He's a boxer now."
So we're at the teenage point now, right? So you're in school. Tell me the story from your teenage years onwards. So what happened from there?
Teenage onwards, right? School. I finished school, yeah. I wasn't that bright. I was doing we did a few burglaries, robberies when I was a child because I was involved with this Pakistani guy. Maz, he's a good boy. He's a police officer now. But back then it was bad. And
what made you kind of
instigated really because I didn't fit in anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, I couldn't talk really. I had a stutter.
Yeah.
There's only a few people that took to me, so the ones that took to me, I stuck with them. You know, there's not a lot of choices I had.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't like a confident kid. I was small for my age. I was smaller than my sister, and she was a year younger than me. I was little, I never used to eat because the food at home, it was just dal. Every day dal. You go to school, you walk a mile to school. Dinner time, you got to walk a mile back for dal only, lentils, right, with cold chapati, okay? Roti, I never used to eat it. I just used to chuck it in the bin. My sister ate it, but I never used to eat it. So I just went to school hungry. Yeah, so I was like little for my age. I was skinny, I had a stutter. I didn't fit in, yeah? So I did fit in with this little gang of thieves. Okay? They took me in. And that's where I started from. It's who takes you in, yeah? When you're lost.
That's a big
Yeah.
point, is who takes you in when you're lost.
That's a good, I like that. Greg,
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
And was there like youth clubs in the area? Was other things?
No, nothing.
There was nothing.
We weren't allowed out of the house. My dad was strict. We had he was strict, man, yeah. He didn't allow me out or my sister. Boom, it was like from school, you have to stay in now. And he was like, boom, bang on, bang on. I was a virgin until I was 21. I didn't kiss a girl until then.
We don't need to get into those details.
Well, I'm just saying this how strict my dad was.
No, mate.
He just had me like that, like a dog in a backyard.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the way I am. If you keep like someone like me just chained for 21 years
Yeah.
and then you let it loose,
Yeah.
it's not going to be right in the head, is it?
What was the relationship like between like you and your parents? Like you mentioned, like your parents were hard.
My mum and me are cool. We're still cool now. We work together. My mum is the only person I trust. Yeah. I don't want to go into it, but things that are being buried and this and that, I only tell my mother.
Yeah.
There's only one person I can tell. Only one person. In case anything happens, I don't trust nobody. Not my dad, because my dad as well. He's just like really strict against all like crime. Thinking I didn't raise you to do this, but by the way, you did. Give me lickings all the time, beat me up, keep me on lockdown. What do you think you're bringing up, you know? What do you think you're raising here,
Yeah.
you know? If you're going to beat it up and keep it on strict lockdown until an age like that, 21. I'm a grown man at 21.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's when I fucking had to do the work, innit?
So from the age of 21, is that when you kind of got involved in?
Yes, because I just went haywire. I went, right, I ain't living off my dad. I said, I lived off you because you made me live off you. Now I'm going to sell drugs.
So that
I'm
was,
going to do it. No, I just went for it, man.
as in, you
I
just
started training, I started boxing, started fighting.
Yeah.
We had a shop at the time. All these white guys used to come in the shop for years. Since 1984, we had a shop here. They used to come and give our mum and our dad, me and my sister, abuse, spitting us on a daily basis. That went on for years and years and years. And then, when I started training, I took steroids. I just smashed them all up. I tracked everyone down. I was like the Charles Bronson effect. I did them all. And there was 3 hours after. One ran to Holland, one was in jail, and one ended up in a mental hospital.
Okay.
Yeah, there's 3 that escaped me. But I still want them.
What was the? So for example, you mentioned like in the show.
Well, you know my attitude now, yeah? I don't forget. This racial shit that we talk, okay? I do not forget it. It's embedded into me. It's embedded, it's stamped into my head. I have scars all over my head over here, okay? If you want to have a look, I've got scars all over my head.
Yeah. As in, you mentioned the shop, for example, your family took a lot of abuse.
Yeah.
Was it just a case of let's just accept it? This is what it is.
Well, this is what my mom and dad used to say. This is what I used to say, yeah. But it was getting to a fucking point, yeah, where I was in my van sometimes. I was driving and I was thinking, right, I hope I see them 3. Because I'm just going to run them straight over. I'm just going to kill them. And I would have done that if I'd seen them. I just used to drive around the van.
Yeah. Yorkshire, again, seems very, very hostile. What was the Midlands like? Because obviously the Midlands had more of a diverse community, right? Was it still kind of you guys facing those kind of issues of racism, or did the Midlands kind of change a lot earlier with like the more influx of like South Asians coming down? Like, how bad was it for you guys and like your parents and seeing that, or was it kind of more kind of it kind of eased as time went on?
No, I mean, the stories that he's telling is very similar to stories I've heard in Birmingham as well. There was more diversity in Birmingham. As I said, when I was, my parents came from India, and when they went straight to work, they dropped me off the nanny next door. She was Jamaican, so I was in the house for 5 years, 8 hours a day. So they didn't have problems with black people.
Yeah.
So but later on, it became a racial issue because the young kids grew up. I think the parents had a bit more of an understanding and they were trying to work hard.
Yeah.
But it changed. It changed. There was lots of mods and skinheads on the streets, and we used to be scared of them. You couldn't go to town at certain times because there'd be 8 of them, there'd be 10 of them, there were 15 of them.
It's a scary effect.
And we had to build up our community, like have community centres and start building things, Muhammad Ali Centre, whatever. But that was, we couldn't go to town, we couldn't go to club, and you heard the stories from your dad, the same things. Can't go to the pub, this and that. But maybe, I don't, we worked it out over the years, but there's still problems. And going back to his problem, his story about the parents, smacking you at home. There's been a lot of stories like that, Asian parents doing that.
Yeah.
And I don't like to hear that, but it came
They're
from
doing it wrong, aren't they?
it came from the
came from
culture.
back- yeah, the
No,
culture.
no, but they should have stayed there. Because if they come here trying to give him a better life, is that a better life?
Yeah.
He would have probably had a better life if they stayed in India or Pakistan or
Yeah.
wherever they came from.
What
They've
the-
come here and they almost don't know what to do.
Yeah.
You have to let things go.
That
You
culture
cannot
clash.
beat people. You cannot do that to your
Yeah.
kids and then expect him to be an angel.
Problem is,
And remember, you have to understand, the last thing is that the parents didn't have to grow up on the streets. They came,
Yeah, I know.
they associated
Yes, I
with the
know.
same people, and they went into the same work. So their values of India and Pakistan were the same. I went to India and came back, and my parents still telling me about the elephants walking. I had to tell them about the India's changed. But what I'm saying is that we had to grow up on the streets. When we went home and tell our parents, Dad, this
They
what
didn't have a
happened.
clue, did they?
This what happened at home, Dad,
Yeah,
at school. What are you talking about? I've
Yeah,
never been
yeah.
to school in this country. So parents, we had to educate them. And some parents weren't coming that 50, it's our way or no way. Hold on, but you dumped me in this country.
Yeah.
And I've had to make sense of this nonsense. And you should listen to me too. So it's a bit of 50-50. And you just smack him, you don't know what you're talking about. Hold
Yeah.
on. You have to learn. And that is the
because they
result
all
of...
used to drink as well.
And that drinking culture. Remember, my first album,
No,
I had
she
songs
drink as
like,
well.
Drink Problems and all that. First album, when I was 22 years old, I was singing my sorts there, so much, and they're like, do you want to drink too much? And I wasn't making a song about the community, about my own family, right? Because everywhere I went, this drinking culture. And now I see young people who have seen that since they were 5, who now start drinking at 16, and by 24, 25, they're suffering with diabetes or other things because it's been 10 years. Because it's okay to have that drink. You know what I mean? It's okay to do those drugs now because I've seen it, my parents do it. But we had to make... the first British agents
First
in this
moves.
country came from us.
It was
And
us lot.
It's us lot. And we had to take the shit, and tell you what, the parents were doing
Yeah.
stuff, but how much could they do? When he grew up watching that, what did he expect him to do? It's like someone coming to your village, raping and robbing you, and the kid grows up and says, all right, let me stand up to you. You bullied me all my life. You bullied my family all my life.
Yeah.
He's a result of that. What I want from you is that if it's still going on today, a little bit more hidden, but
Right, yes.
how do you get into those heads to that kid to say,
Right, in
don't
them
go and
heads
beat them all up?
is-
Or the parents saying, don't touch your kids anymore because this is what happens.
This is the problem, yeah? Our parents, the Punjabi goes down like that, yeah?
Yeah.
Punjab's rough, okay? It goes down like that in Pakistan, Karachi, okay? But you're living in England now, okay? Get this.
They can be arrested for the things they did.
This,
They can
yeah,
be
yeah,
arrested
yeah,
for
yeah.
the things
This
they
is
did.
not the Punjab no more, baby.
Yeah.
You can't keep your child until he's 21 years old on lockdown. Yeah? Not let him out. Okay? No, you can't keep him beat up like a fucking dog and make him work. In the shop, this is your job while he goes and has a drink, and then when it's fucking pissed, he gives you a fucking licking. Okay, yeah, that's my day. Then I go to school, and I come back, I work, take a licking, boom, go to school, don't eat. This is my day. That's my day.
Do you think this
And
drinking...
then when I come up here,
Yeah.
when I was 15, my old man, he just took me out of school. He went, you're no good. He went, you're not intelligent, because my brother was intelligent. My sister stayed there with my mum. He just took me, brought me up to Washington near Newcastle.
Yeah.
Bought a shop up here. Because we had a shop down there. It was like, back there was like the shop there, shop there, shop there, shop there, loads of them. But up there, there's only one shop in each village, and it was like making excellent money, okay, but we went there, but it was a nightmare. We were the first brown faces to ever enter that area. There was kids that used to finish school, yeah, in the queue on the till, yeah. They'll say, Mom, what's that? And she'll say, it's a right? Have you never seen one? I haven't seen one of that before.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, okay, and they all used to laugh in the queue. The whole queue used to laugh, and I'm on the till.
Yeah.
At 15 years old, okay, I'm gonna put up with this, yeah. Boom. Every day, baby. And then getting spawned, they try to burn our house down. We've been attacked loads of time. The shops we took people to court. it goes no further because they're all white. When it's white against brown, the judges always go with the white. Okay? If you've got a brown face in court, you expect 30% more than if you're a white face. If you're black, I think expect about 40% more.
I want to kind of move on now to the tag we had, the King of Karachi.
Conan.
What?
Drug dealing days, Conan.
What? How?
Water, the big one.
How did that happen? As in, how did the King of Karachi happen?
How did it happen? Steroids I was selling.
Was you consuming?
I was on the doors at the time. Yeah, I was taking myself. I was just going abroad to Greece, Spain, Turkey, places like that, buying a little bit, blah, blah, blah. But then I wanted to move this onto a big level, you know. I had ideas in my head and I wanted to move it onto a big level.
Where was you? Sorry, where was you getting the initial kind of steroids from?
From Spain,
Oh, sorry, yeah,
Turkey, Greece, blah, blah, blah.
yeah,
Local shit, yeah.
yeah.
You was going on holiday with a wife and the kids, bring some shit back.
Was it easy to kind of bring over? Or?
Yeah, of course, easy, yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're allowed £140 worth anyway,
Okay.
legally. But I used to get loads and just get the pharmacist to make me a receipt to say it costs 140 quid. Easy to do. But then I thought, okay, I'm going to take it to a bigger level. Karachi in the 90s was the cheapest place to buy this gear. We saw because nobody wanted to do business with Pakistan
How did you find?
because of the Taliban and the Al Qaeda.
Like, how did you know Karachi was a place to go? Like now, the internet's kind of booming, so you could like.
Yeah, it's drugs. I'm a drug dealer, bro. You know where the cheapest drugs are if you're involved in that game.
Yeah.
You know.
Also,
yeah,
just
you
being
know.
involved in that environment, okay.
Yeah, I'm a drug dealer. I'm just like, you know, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I was in jail for like 11 years. So from my late 20s, all my 30s inside jail, all I looked at was other men.
Yeah, I understand
And,
that.
and
I
they're
understand
they're my best years.
that.
Yeah.
I understand that.
So my best years in jail. I'm 52 now. When I was 30, I was fit. I was
Yeah,
fighting.
but don't tell people.
I was just knocking people. But I know, but I just
Yeah,
went
but
on
don't
a
say it was
mission.
your best years.
They were my best
You was
years.
on top of your game
It's
in the
fitness levels.
in the
I
situation you was in.
controlled prisons. Do you know how hard it is to be the top man in a jail?
Yeah, it is.
No,
It
no,
is.
no, you got no idea.
No,
You've
listen,
never been there.
I know, but
You've
I
never
spent.
been
Listen,
there, you can't
listen,
say.
I spent a
You
lot of
can't
time
say.
in working in prisons, yeah, and I even ended
It's
up in
like
one.
me, I can't say what it's
And
like
I can't
to be an
say,
entertainer.
but I can tell you I've worked a lot in prisons. You know Satpal Ram then? You know
Who?
Satpal Ram, right? He spent every...
No, I don't know.
Okay, well, he got into a racist attack and he went in prison for 25 years, 30 years. He went to every single prison, and because he was a rebel, everywhere he had a hunger strike because he got into a racist attack down in Lozelles. And he ended
But I don't- but-
I'm just saying I
right.
went everywhere to...
Yeah.
I don't know
I
the
don't
game.
like people
I don't know
like
the
that
game like that.
who
You know
do
what I mean?
hunger strikes. No.
No,
you
I'm
know
just
these
saying
people,
he was
I feel
in
that.
prison.
Yeah, I
And
don't
he
like
got
people who do hunger
battered,
strikes.
and he went through the shit. I don't know what you went through,
Yeah,
bro.
I know.
I do
Yeah,
know. But I'm
but
just saying,
jail,
don't say
you
it was the
go-
best times of your life. It could be coming your best times. It could be better.
My
innit?
30s for everybody,
Are you kind of saying like physically, like
peak. Yeah, that's your peak, innit?
yeah, physically? Yeah.
That's your peak.
Okay.
Physically,
Yeah.
it was on my peak, and that's when I was at my
Yeah, I
best.
get it.
was
I get it. I
knocking
get it.
them all
I
out.
get it. I get it.
I
I'm
was
scared of you, man.
taking
Don't
them
look at
all
me
out.
like that, man. I'm scared of you, man. You put that
52,
fist up.
yeah. By 30, I was knocking them all out.
So
Looking at me with his
when you-
punch.
And I got stabbed.
Sorry, so just
I
go
got
back.
stabbed twice.
Yeah,
I stabbed people
yeah,
because I had to stay alive.
yeah. Sorry, just going back because I'm trying to like doing a timeline.
Jesus.
So, when you went to Karachi, was you late 20s or early 30s?
27, 28.
Alright, cool. So you've gone to Karachi.
Yeah.
You've sourced your contact out there.
Source of contact, it took a while.
Yeah.
Took a while. Yeah.
And then what was kind of like what happened, as in like, like you know, building relationships with these kind of guys. Was it just like
The relationship with them, right? Okay, I was with my two cousins. They were paranoid. We had a lot of money. He said, "I want the money up front, and I'll give you the goods." It took ages to source it.
yeah,
We sourced these guys because they had the whole of Karachi on lockdown, and other chemists aren't allowed to sell. Pharmacies aren't allowed to sell more than 10 to 15 units. If you want to buy thousands,
Oh, wow.
there's only one place. And these guys, they had guns. It's a chemist.
Yeah.
But they got guns in the chemist, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I forget his name, but he was sat there. His sons were there, all with guns. But he was a head honcho. He said, "I can supply you with anything you want.
Oh, wow.
You want anything you want in the world. But tell me what you want, and it'll be here."
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all I need is this. And he went, right, it'll be packed ready here tomorrow. This is how much it is. Right. Can we pay when we pick it up? Because I want it all packed up. You went, no, you pay now. And then I looked at my two counterparts. I went, no, don't give them the money now. We're done here.
Yeah.
We are in Pakistan, in Karachi. They've all got guns. What are we going to do if we come here tomorrow?
Yeah.
And I went, listen, just leave it with me. I said, I like the guy. I said, I think he likes me too. So we paid him, and it was all boom, done, above order, all ready.
Yeah. How did you bring it back into the UK? As in,
Right, I had to bring it back, through the airport security the first time round.
Yeah.
We had men magazines, men only, okay? Porn magazines, right? We had 6 of them, 2 each because 3 of us, right? We know we ain't going to get no action out there in Karachi yet.
Yeah.
So we just bought some magazines, right?
Yeah.
And we bought airport security off with the magazines.
Oh, wow.
Because I've never seen, they've never seen a British and magazine in their lives. And I went, wow.
So
They were just awestruck. The second time round, I started paying people, and then I paid off.
In England?
No, Karachi.
Over there?
Yeah, the chief narcotics officer.
Yeah.
Because he said, I know what you're doing. He went, you don't have to pay all these people off. Just pay me.
Yeah.
£100 a case and bring everything through, and I will bypass you through all security. So I used to land at Karachi airport. He knew where my flight was.
Escorts.
Boom, and then just walk me through like a superstar. Bags don't get checked. They went, no, you can't check his bags.
Yeah.
Check that one out. This is a style I was holding in Karachi.
Yeah.
An Indian guy.
And how long was you kind of doing these trips for? Like, was
Yes,
it,
well, I don't really want to say, because the police will mount this up.
No,
But
but
then again, it comes down, right, we calculate you made this much money,
but like just
So listen, I did a few, man. I did a few, baby.
Yeah, and then from there,
I made money.
was it straight to the UK or was it like you had
No,
to go?
it was the flights normally change at Amsterdam
Yeah,
to UK,
but at that point,
I lost a seizure in England, and then they were tracking my flights. That's when Interpol were on me, so I diverted the flights through Spain.
how did you know Interpol were on you? As in, like, was you tipped off or?
No, Interpol, they told me that they were on me when they nicked me, you know?
Sorry, so when was you nicked?
Yeah, we're Interpol. Boom.
Yeah.
Here you go. We know what you've been doing.
Yeah.
There you go. Now you're going to jail.
So let's talk about like now your business ventures. Now you kind of left crime behind. Like, what was the final kind of factor that decided that I don't want to kind of go into crime anymore?
I did 11-year jail.
Yeah,
Seen it on Mum's face, man.
yeah,
Killed her. That sentence killed her more than me.
yeah,
I can do the jail, you know. I'm man enough, yeah. I can stand there and I'll fucking take you on. And I'll fucking, you want to kill me, I'll kill you first.
yeah,
But my mum ain't like that. My mum does not know my mentality is like that.
yeah.
She don't know her son's a killer.
And then with the business kind of things, was the first thing the CBD stuff you started, or was it kind of then?
Business properties I had, the cannabis oil, yes. This is my first proper business venture. It's going brilliant. It's cannabis oil. It's healing loads of people.
Yeah,
It's doing good. It's doing good for me.
yeah.
For everything, for body, for mind, for my mum.
You know, you brought them down.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Can I have a look at one of them, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you show me one?
Which?
Pass me
Just
Right, these are creams.
one of
That's a
them, yeah.
freeze. That's oil.
Yeah, wicked. Okay.
That's
So you
oil.
done this yourself then?
Yes. Yeah. It's my company,
What's it
man.
called? What's it called?
Alpha, man.
How long has it been around then?
For 2 years.
As in, what was the interest kind of for you to go down that kind of field? As in, like,
Because there was a friend of mine,
Yeah.
Brian Charrington is called.
yeah,
His dad, Brian Charrington, if you Google him, he's one of the biggest drug dealers of the UK. He got caught with 168 kilo of cocaine
yeah,
last year. He's doing 20 years in Spain now. But his son, because his dad used to take him on the boat rides to Venezuela, to Colombia,
yeah,
and he got into this because he
Yeah.
was living in Spain. He's manufacturing it, and he said, listen, it works, it helps. I had premature arthritis, eczema, blah, 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 all gone.
yeah,
My mum had asthma, always had an inhaler for years.
yeah.
Doesn't need it now. Used to have bad knees, bad throat, all gone.
yeah.
Yeah, dogs as well. If they have any problems with breathing, hind legs, that's the one for dogs.
Ready to go? Take that one.
Pets.
Lovely. I'll take
That's
that
your
for my
present.
dog. Lovely.
Yeah, he'll love it, man. I've been told, some dogs, they give it to you.
Yeah.
Okay, they take it. And then every day, they're like, wait. As soon as
No.
she pulls out the red box, the dog will sit.
He's going to be waiting
Because
for
it
it.
knows it's doing it good.
Okay.
The dog knows more than us, you know.
I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A dog knows if this is healing or not. Because it will come to you and give me it.
Yeah. It's been intense, this conversation. I'm glad we had it.
Insightful.
Can I just say something? I know there's been a lot of talk about the prison and a lot. You know, we're not here to glorify that, and I know that he.
I'm not glorifying
No,
it,
not
man.
you.
No,
not you.
just like the
I
genuine
haven't heard it so real. So I really take my hats off to you because no one's talking how you're talking, and you're not beating around the bush. Whatever's coming out your heart is coming out your mouth. I get that.
Future. So you've done loads of podcasts, interviews. What is
Future? Okay.
the film? Tell us about the film.
Right, I'm making a film with K.O.B.
Yeah.
K is here with me also. This is Birmingham, it was called. I'm acting in it. You guys are going to be in it as well.
I need
you, Apache.
I
if
need
you
a role.
fancy it.
I need a role.
Right,
Is
okay,
it-
K.
Come on, Kay.
Right, K, we're going to get Apache in the film. Also, there's a deal I've been offered, a 2-book deal.
Awesome.
A Netflix deal, 6 seasons.
Oh wow.
You know who's funding this? The Sultan of Oman.
Oh wow.
It's not a Sikh person,
Yeah.
it's a Muslim person. Because Sikhs Indians aren't impressed with me. Bollywood is not impressed with me. They're not going to fund any money into me because I am against what they are.
Okay.
So Muslims are investing money into me. It's only the Muslims who's okay.
Yeah.
If that's the way it is.
Blown away, man. Chet, listen, thank you for coming down, man. Like,
Thank you for coming down.
Literally,
Seriously, man.
like,
It's respect,
it's
man.
real
I mean,
talk.
I mean, it's real talk, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People, you might not like the real talk, but you know, it's real shit, and the world changed, so we have to change with it, man.
Yeah.
And if we don't listen to these stories, we ain't gonna move on.
like
You know what I mean?
honestly,
So-
Chet, pleasure for coming down. Ridika, any final words?
Okay.
No, thank you. It's been a huge, like.
I apologize for swearing it.
No, we'll edit all that out. But Chet,
You're real, man. Real,
yeah.
real.
But guys, thanks for tuning to the Brit Asia podcast. Chet Sandhu, Apache Indian,
Big up,
Ridika,
respect,
Tej,
respect.
peace till next episode.